Episode 4 of Forever. All right, so this is the episode that, they make it to pins, and then, later the next day, Justin makes it official, and he finally asks Keisha to be his girlfriend. Woo! So then, Keisha invites Christian over her house. I don't know why, or he comes over, either way. And she breaks the news to him. I'm not going to prom with you. I'm in a relationship. I'm with Justin. And I'm like, yes, girl. Yes, you better say it. Still don't know why he was at her house, or she had a reason to even tell him that anyway, because we ain't talking. But that's just my thought. That's just me. So Justin make it so official that he tells his parents, me and Keisha are official, and I would like her to come over. So once he do that, my favorite part happens, or one of my favorite parts. But the dad, and the guy that's playing his dad, I'm going to put him up in here. He don't get enough of his flowers. I need to really figure out his name. I'm going to put it here. He don't get his flowers. He's been a great actor. I've been loving him since, what's that movie with Tupac? But I loved him even more in Paid in, is it Paid in Full? Yeah, Paid in Full. I loved him in that. So, yeah. But anyway, he is like, here's some condoms. Put it on in the day and put it on with the curtains closed. Pretend it's night. Let's see if you can get it together in. There we go. Since you got a girlfriend, we ain't stupid. We know y'all gon', He can definitely tell that, Justin is in love. This is Justin's first girlfriend, to be honest, which he says later in the episode. So he has Keisha over. They have a good time. They also talked about, while she was over, Justin was like, did you break the news to your mom and tell her, that you're not going to prom with Christian? Because in the last episode, I believe the flowers was dropped off and Christian asked Keisha if she can go to prom, and her family got all excited. Her mom and her, I think those are her cousins or aunties. Either way, they got all excited. So in this episode, he like, you told Christian we official, but did you tell him that you're not going to prom with him? And she's like, no, I'll just wait and let time, go by, and then I'll eventually tell my mom like I'm not going, and this is the reason why. Keisha was getting on my dang on nerves. I'm not even gonna lie. She was getting on my nerves because tell your mom, you ain't even got to tell your mom why you and Christian are together. But you can at least say, like, I don't like him like that. He rubbed me the wrong way. So your mom, so you could just break it off. But not Keisha. Not Keisha. And I don't know why she was keeping her options open with Christian anyway. I think she was reminiscing on the love that she once had. Like, I don't want to say she was in love with Christian, but I think she deeply cared about him until this whole situation with the tape came out. But I don't even care. Tell your mama. So that way your mama can join in solidarity and not even like him anyway. Won't let him over, won't let him do nothing. But of course Keisha doesn't. And this is what frustrates me to no end with Keisha. Okay? So while she is over, Justin and Keisha are trying to make a plan on what Justin didn't know was Keisha was still a virgin, but they were trying to make a plan on losing their virginity at her house while her mom was at work. So Justin comes over, his homeboy drops him off or whatever. Justin made sure he was all shaved and well maintained down there, and and he goes over Keisha's house, and the attempt was a nightmare. I mean, a complete nightmare. And he later then find out, like, not later, but in that same scene, he finds out that just because Keisha has a tape of doing to Justin doesn't mean she's not a virgin. And she's very much a virgin. And he was very much pleased, like, and she was just like, I'm nervous, you nervous, but it was a nightmare. So then she's like, my mom's coming, you got to go home. That was when he was over. So tell me why she get out the shower and find out her mom bought her a prom dress. And my thought is this. How did mama know the colors? Like, how you just gonna go pick my dress, mama? Like, who said I wanted to go with him? Let alone, like, why you picking my dress? I don't need you to pick my dress. I don't need you to pick the color. I don't need you to pick nothing. So I was so confused because usually when it comes to prom, the moms are like, let's go try out some dresses and do that. That didn't even happen. Her mom just produced the dress and there you go. And then all of a sudden, it is what it is. So Keisha then goes over to Justin's house and she breaks the news to him like, I have to go to prom with Christian because my mom bought a dress and she can't really afford it and she's doing it just because, and I don't want to have to tell her why and da-da-da. Still annoying. So Justin's like, I can't believe this. So he leaves. Keisha go home. He's so messed up in the head with the whole situation that he's getting into a fight with his little brother. So his mom let him have a mental health day. Like I said, Dawn is the bomb mom. She could tell something was happening and that Justin wasn't being himself. That something has made him be so upset to the point where he arguing with his little brother and just, going in on his brother. So she like have a mental health day. So Justin goes into bed. He goes to sleep. His mom has made food, put it at the end of his bed. He's kind of listening on his family, and then he remembers like why he's just like not eating with the family and why. And he starts crying, and then he sends Keisha a text like, I'm over, I'm done. And he blocks her. He blocks her as he should. I would have blocked her too. Because there's no way you going to prom with a guy that humiliated you and embarrassed you. Like, what is you thinking about, sis? So then Keisha goes to prom. She goes to prom. And people want to come for her. I've been seeing on the internet, like, why she wearing braids? Why she got to dress up for this clown anyway? But why she even going? That's the question. And braids can be stylish. We are constantly trying to... Well, let me get back on the subject. Either way, she goes to prom. Then a month passes by. So, just to give y'all a timeline, we all know that prom is usually in May, June-ish. So, a month passed, and now they're in full-blown summer. And it ends with Justin crying in the bed. He sees the pictures of her on IG going to prom with Christian. And that is how the episode ends. And I just don't know what's wrong with Keisha. But she did tell him she's in a bad state of mind. But I don't know why she just wasn't upfront. I could not be humiliated the way that she was, going into a whole depression to the point where I had to change my whole school because I was getting clowned. I wouldn't even want to be, and it was so awkward. That prom was so awkward. I couldn't fake it. The Scorpio in me, and I understand if she ain't no true Scorpio, because the Scorpio in me, I can't fake it. If I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. I can still politely say, I don't really mess with you like that, or we don't really get along, but with a guy, I'd be like, I don't even know why you even. I can pretend you not there. I'm just saying. So Keisha was getting on my dang on nerves the whole episode because everything was going well. Everything was going well. Everything. But that's my thoughts, and I'll see y'all tomorrow on episode 5. But what y'all think? Y'all drop some comments and let me know, am I tripping? I'm just saying.